Hello and a very good evening, good afternoon, welcome back to Crafters TV. I say welcome back because how you've been here all day. We've had a great day, it's been a lot of fun, and we are in our 7th day of Craftmas. The 7th day of Craftmas, yes. Over the course of the last 7 days, we've been bringing you great deals. Things like, for example, extra little bonus points, free gifts with your orders. And today's, I think it's got to be one of the best 12 days of Craftmas deals that we've done so far. Up until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, 3 o'clock Eastern time, triple points on all purchases. Boom. So basically you're seeing so many great deals, even items that you've seen before which you might not have picked up. How often will you have seen them with triple points? Make sure you jump in and grab the deals. And actually on this show, lots of great goodies to bring to you. Some recent launches from Violet Studios, which I'm looking forward to bringing to you. The Swan Lake collection is on the show as well. Plus we've got an Explorer kit and probably, in fact definitely, the top billing over the course of this launch party will be the brand new craft kit. Box number 43 is here, and I tell you what, loads of you jumped in and grabbed this earlier on when we previewed it on Wake Up Call. Here it is in all its splendor, and we will go through everything that you get in the box, but let's get the details up and get you this deal. This is the price that you normally expect to see when you see one of our craft kits. $24.99, platinum price of £19.99 or $19.99. How many times do you get to get your hands on one of these craft kits with triple points? Very rarely, I would say. So this is a great chance to jump in, add to your collection, complete your collection, start your collection. If you're somebody perhaps who's just looking to get into doing a bit of crafting, these boxes are absolutely for you because they give you, again, a little bit of a dip of the toe into the water to sample some of our stencils, some of our stamps, and get going. And the value for money on these is insane because particularly with this kit, you're going to get all of the stencils, which we'll see with Lily in just a few moments' time. You get a ton of stamps and then all of your consumables as well. Ribbons, you've got your embellishments in there, cardstock, paper. There's loads in this collection. And even when you finish with the consumables, you're still left with a gorgeous range of stencils and silhouette stamps, which you'll come back to use time and time and time again. Grab this whilst we've got it today at triple points. Do not miss out. And let me talk numbers for a second here. 25% of the stock has already disappeared, and I have no doubt more of it is going to disappear over the course of the next couple of hours. It was super busy for this on Wake Up Call. It's going to be busy again tonight. Now, lots to come. And I'm delighted to say that earlier on, we welcomed, well, a new guest expert to the studios, and back by popular demand, we have the lovely Lily Fletcher. How are you, Lily?
I'm very well, thank you. I've been allowed back in, which is always a good start. Hi everyone, it's lovely to be back with you this evening. We've got a super exciting show coming up. Lots of amazing launches that we've had over the past week. What a brand new launch that we've got for you today, which is really, really, really exciting.
We are very excited. And in case you missed the earlier show, first of all, where were you? And secondly, Lily, for people who haven't seen you before, you're obviously, well, you were here earlier on doing a fantastic job taking us through the brand new Spectrum Noir collection, but you're obviously a great crafter. You love your crafting, but within the business normally, you kind of, well, you put the shows together really, don't you?
Yeah, so my day-to-day role within Crafters Companion is sort of putting the shows together, so all the products that feature on the shows, all the lovely products that we bring to you, I sort of put the shows together, but at heart I'm a true crafter. That is my real passion, so to be with you today actually showcasing the products is so exciting, so I'm super thrilled.
Make sure you get the messages in on Facebook and YouTube if you want to say hello to Lily. Let her know how you think she's doing. Everyone loved her in the last show, that's why she's back. But if you've got any questions to ask her as well, feel free to fire those in. Just before we get unboxing, let's say a few of those to those of you who are already here. We've got Susie on the socials, Annalise in from Bristol, Treasure Heart from Texas, Laurie for Arizona, Crafty Angie's in, Chemistry and Biology's in from California, Beth from New York, Coletta's in from Kansas, Robin from Kansas, Victoria from North Carolina, and hi to Donna, who says, nice sweater, Ben, thank you. Good morning from a very snowy Anchorage, Alaska. The jumper, whilst it is obviously quite festive, it's just on for the fact that it is freezing here. Probably not as cold as it is in Anchorage, but it is cold. I'm a southern softie, that's why the jumper's on. Nice to be festive. But let's warm things up and get cracking with this box number 43 and have a good look in it. And Lily, you know, like being a crafter and having seen loads of these boxes, I'm sure, you know, over the weeks and months past, these are like great value for money, but also brilliant as a present, brilliant for people just starting off in craft as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, when we just look at the box to start with, we know it's going to be an absolutely fantastic gift because it's presented so beautifully. I think you'd be so proud to give this, but also so delighted to receive it. Whether you are, like Ben says, a brand new crafter or an experienced crafter who's tried lots of different crafts and just wants a sort of self-contained kit that's got absolutely everything in there that you need to create these, we're saying makes 18 projects, but it makes so much more because we've actually got tools within the collection that are going to grow with you and are going to go on and on and on. They're not consumables, so they're going to be in your crafty stash for a long time to come, which is just brilliant.
Open the box.
Shall we open the box?
The box.
Wow, let's do it. So it's a gorgeous quality box. And we're opening the box, and first of all, we notice on the inside that we've got a little welcome message from Sarah, and it's directing you to a space on our website. If there's more inspiration that you'd like using this box, you can actually follow that link and just get a little bit more inspiration there. So as always, there's always inspiration every step of the way. We hold your hand with absolutely everything. So you're not going to get this box home and feel a little bit lost and not be quite sure what to do with it. We're going to hold your hand every single step of the way, so you're not on your own. Right, so first of all, we have got a little note thanking you for your purchase, and you'll notice that everything's wrapped up absolutely beautifully in this gorgeous tissue paper. So it's just such a beautifully presented box. Like I say, absolutely perfect for a gift. Now, I must admit, this one has been opened, and I'm going to blame our Michelle. She had it open on Wake Up Call. So Michelle, if you're watching, this is your fault. You opened the box.
Michelle, seriously, come on.
What's she like?
What is she like? So this Lily's been in one show and already she's playing the blame game. I mean,
she's not
great.
here. She's not here till next week, so shh.
Yeah.
She won't know. I'm safe. So yours will actually come, everything is individually packaged in these absolutely beautiful quality envelopes. Crafter's Companion Purple, it had to be done, didn't it? So you know exactly who you're buying from, and therefore you know the quality that you're going to be getting with this craft kit. And don't think just because it's a craft kit at a really, really accessible price point that we're going to scrimp on the quality, we're going to put a slightly lesser quality of these products within the box. Absolutely not. It's the same quality that you'd expect from any of our normal Crafter's Companion products. So you know you're buying into quality, so you're going to get the results that you really want to get with this box. So the main focus of this kit is stencils and stamps, and it's all about silhouettes. So we're bringing to you two clear sets of stamps.
Yeah.
So you're getting your sentiments, which are absolutely gorgeous. So you've got a mix of fonts onto there. So really, really stylish, really usable. But you're not sort of just your everyday sentiments. You've got things like sparkle all the way, and today is a good day to smile. So it's going to fill in those gaps within your crafty stash that maybe you're lacking at the moment, sentiment-wise. Then we've got our sort of main focal images. So you can see that we've actually got something for every season. So we're thinking maybe Christmassy with the sleigh and the reindeer.
Yeah.
The flamingos could very much be summer. You could have the fairy for spring. So there's something that's going to take your crafting all the year through with these stamps, which is absolutely fantastic. Then we get our stencils, and something that I particularly love about these stencils is that we give you both the positive and the negative. So you get the mask and the stencil, which is absolutely brilliant because it gives you so many different options.
Yeah.
You've got a real vast range of designs. So you've got things like your foliage, which is perfect for building up your backgrounds. You get your trees, and then can you see you actually get the sort of opposite of your trees. So you've got your other one there. So it gives you those options when you come to crafting with these. Get your branches with your bare trees, so that could be perfect for all your wintry scenes. And then we come to the opposite of the first one that we looked at. And then we've got some smaller designs like our clouds and our moon or sun, which are so usable. Those are the sort of stencils and masks that you're going to be going to time and time again. So they're going to become a real staple in your crafty stash, I do think.
And that's all exclusive content as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. So although this is almost like a taster of a range that we brought you, I think it was last month or the month before, it's different. So if you have already got that range, this is going to extend that even further. But if you did miss out on that, then this is a perfect place to start. And if you find that you absolutely adore this, like I think you will, you might want to go back and actually dip into that range as well. So they go hand in hand, but there's no duplicates, which is brilliant. So you're safe in the knowing that if you've got that range, you're not going to duplicate any of the designs.
Yes.
So something else that's really, really crucial within your kit is you get some cardstock. So that's perfect for your inking and stamping onto. And we've got black and white. We also have the card blanks. So I believe you're getting 18 of the card blanks.
You are?
Yeah, in a range of different sizes. But the really crucial part of this is you actually get your envelopes as well.
You do, yeah.
I've bought craft kits in the past and it's great. You think, brilliant, I've got the card blanks. That's a great starting point. But then you don't get the envelopes. So then you have to go and source the envelopes yourself. The quality might not be the same. They might not be the right size. They might be difficult to find. We're bringing you absolutely everything within this box, which is absolutely brilliant. Then our finishing touches, we're bringing you a range of widths and colours of ribbon. So you get the 3 different colours in 3 different widths, which is perfect because sometimes on your smaller projects, you just want a little bit of ribbon that's quite thin and delicate, or perhaps you're doing a larger home decor project when you want a really big juicy bow, then your big thicker ribbon is going to be perfect for that. And the pearls, once again, in a range of different sizes for different uses. And the colours, can you see they match the ribbon absolutely perfectly? So you can tell it's been put together. There's so much thought has gone into putting this kit together. It's not been thrown together by any stretch at all. It works together beautifully, which just makes our crafting really, really easy and enjoyable. And it's perfect if you're a beginner because you don't be worrying about it. Oh, does things match? Have I got a matching embellishment for this project? You've got everything within the box that you need to get crafting, which I absolutely love. And then we come to our cardstock and our papers. So we've got a range of different designs of papers. Perhaps you are not confident with inking and creating your own backgrounds. This is a brilliant starting point. So you've got sort of a bit of design on there already. So you don't need to do a lot of inking or a lot of background creation in order to build up a really, really nice, beautiful looking background for your projects. And like I was saying earlier, how there's something for every single season. We've got such a range of different tones in here. We've got warm tones, we've got cool tones, we've got things where I'm thinking spring and summer for these sorts of designs. Yeah, it's almost a little bit tropical, isn't it?
I'd like that on a Hawaiian shirt, to be honest with you.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah, definite Hawaiian shirt vibes with that one, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect with the flamingo
Flamingos.
stamp. Yeah.
Definitely flamingos and not swans, as
oh, Michelle, yes, I did see Michelle this morning.
We're getting her birds mixed up.
Yeah, so those are definitely flamingos, yes? Not swans.
Definitely flamingos.
Swans are coming later in the Swan Lake box.
Swans are coming later, yeah.
Stay with us, you'll see the Swan Lake box. Then we've got some more autumnal. So like I say, something for every season. That'd be great for masculine makes, I'm thinking, in the more neutral tones. And then this is definitely Christmas. So that's going to work really well with your sleigh design to create your Christmas cards. And then a lovely star design. It could be night sky, it could be Christmas, or perhaps a congratulations card, you're a star, that sort of thing. That'll work really, really nicely for that as well. And then, also we can notice the crucial bit is that all the ribbons and the embellishments are working with the papers. It's just been so, so well put together. It's absolutely brilliant. And then finally, the sort of crowning glory is that we're getting our coloured cardstock. So this is gorgeous quality. It's perfect for die cutting. It's thick enough that it will hold its shape. If you do want to do a little bit of construction, you can be using it for that. But it's not too thick that you can still die cut it and cut it easily with your guillotines. And again, look how well those colours match with the papers within the box, but then once again with all the embellishments as well. So everything's working together to make sure that you are going to be creating the most beautiful and well coordinated projects, whether they be cards, home decor, gift tags, pictures for your wall. There's so many different options with this box. It's just absolutely fantastic, and I think you're going to love it. If you've not tried stencils, silhouettes and stamps before, this is going to be a great place to start.
Yeah, and actually, again, like Lily was sort of saying, this applies for everybody really, because the fact that the stencils and the stamps that you've got in here are exclusive, if you bought the silhouette stencils and stamps full collection, you know that you're going to get new stencils and stamps in this that you haven't previously bought. However, if you didn't get that, you think, oh, I don't know if I want to stretch the full collection. This is a great collection to go for, to give it a go, and then you can go back and get that full collection once you've loved this box, and you will absolutely love it. So much within it, and loads of chat about this already. Victoria just saying this box looks wonderful. I just started loving stencils and this box is brilliant. If you just started getting into stencils, this is an absolute must for you. Linda on Facebook saying, I have every kit. I had to get this today. Well worth the money. They really truly are worth every single pound and penny, dollar and cent of that price. And the fact that you're getting triple points today as well. Yes, you know, you're going to make 18 cards to the point that you've got 18 card blanks and envelopes in there. But again, like Lily was pointing out, you know, if you're looking after the stencils and the stamps, which I know you will, you're going to make far more than that, because you're just going to carry on using these with all the rest of the crafty stash that you've got at home as well. Chemistry and biology just saying, I love the kits. I've just purchased a Swan Lake yesterday. Wasn't sure about this box, says Chemistry and Biology. Oops, it's just fallen into my basket. And Sharon on Facebook says, hello all, Lily and Ben, it is good to see you both again. Well, it is good to have you with us, and good to know that you're loving this, because I last told you about 10 minutes ago that a quarter of the stock had gone. Scratch that, we are now a third of the stock gone. I think pretty much everyone wants to jump in and grab these boxes because their value for money is off the chart. If you're new, you'll want them. If you're looking for a present, you'll want them. If you already collect them, you'll want them. If you've tried the full collection of the stencils and silhouettes, you'll want it. If you haven't, you'll want to try it, so then you can go and get the full collection. Just so many reasons to jump in and buy this today. And here's the other thing, if we do have stock left tomorrow, you won't get triple points. So tonight is the night to jump in and grab it for what, £20. So that will be 60 points, won't it, if you're platinum, whether you're shopping here in the UK or the US. So please do not delay and grab it this evening. Shall we have a little look at some of the stencils and stamps, and actually some samples as well. I just love on the back of the box, I've been staring at that. You know, I keep going on about, I love the old, sort of Santa Claus flying the reindeer over the rooftops there. Even got it on my jumper tonight as well, but I just love it. Look at that. It's almost like I planned it, see? I just love that that scene. I just think it's so Christmassy, so festive. And again, this is the kind of thing that you're going to be able to do, interchanging the characters and the stamps with the scenes that you've got in the stencils within this collection. But let's have a look. If you're new, you might be thinking, how easy is it to work with stencils and stamps? Let's have a look with Lily.
Yeah, first of all, I'd love to show you a few samples that the team has put together, because they've done such a fantastic job. You can tell that they absolutely love this box and how easy it was to craft with. So first of all, how about using your stamps within the collection with your fantastic embossing powders? So stamping in something like one of our opaque pigment ink pads, or even our translucent clear that we've got in the Spectrum Noir range, and then heat embossing just to make that really pop from the page. It almost looks like enamel. How cool does that look? Yeah. Using the flamingos onto there. So that's one option.
And you know why flamingos stand on one leg?
No? Oh dear, I feel an awful joke coming.
They'd fall over if they didn't.
Very true.
That's a joke, because if they... Never mind, move on.
Yeah. Next card, shall we? Yeah.
Yes.
How about thinking about all your different card shapes? So not just normal sort of A5 cards or whatever. What about your easel cards? So real impact on there, perfect for a Christmas card.
That's fantastic.
It's really atmospheric, that, isn't it? So adding in some of our, I believe that's the metallic markers. So if you did get your Spectrum Noir box earlier, can be using your metallic markers onto these just to add the highlights onto there. And once again, the ribbons, all the pearls, they're all in the box, so you're not having to look elsewhere to find those. But let's take it sort of opposite end of the spectrum. Let's go really bright and sparkly. So using our sparkle pens for the background there. Again, they were in that Spectrum Noir box earlier. If you grab that, then you can be creating something like this really, really easily. Creating that for our background to give it that touch of sparkle, and the sentiment's just perfect for that, isn't it? Have a magical day. It's a truly magical card, that one, I do think. And again, we're going back quite Christmassy and atmospheric onto this one. So that's using our Spectrum Noir water reactive inks. So that gives you a more muted, almost foggy effect onto that. Yeah. So it's not really, it doesn't always have to be really, really crisp, dark black. We can go a bit more muted onto there. And again, using the papers and the cardstock and the sentiment and pearls all from the box. So you'll start to sort of see as we go through these samples that not a lot extra has been added. So like I say, it really is a self-contained kit. There's not a lot else you're going to have to be adding into this if you don't want to. So again, using our water reactive inks in the background, some of the papers, some of the ribbons, some of the pearls, all from the kit, just to create really, really easy, quite quick if you want them to be, but really effective cards just using this craft kit. Right, now, should we get into a little bit of a demo?
Let's do it.
Let's have a little bit of a play, shall we? We're going to go really warm tones. I know Ben's feeling a bit cold. I must say I am a little bit nippy. It's not too warm in here, so we're going to go warm tones and it's going to warm us up. And
yes.
If you're having a bit of a dull day, let's brighten it up a bit with some really nice bright colours.
Got to say that
nice.
Lily did make a great move earlier on, because outside in the corridor, it's freezing out there. So there's like 3 of us all sat out there, absolutely freezing. Lily off to the green room, where it's lovely and toasty. The radiator's on. Johnny went in there. You said you were literally hugging the radiator.
Yeah, I'd practically strapped myself to the radiator. I wasn't moving until launch party. I was warming myself up. But we're going to be thinking tropical with this card.
Yes.
So I'm taking one of these stencils, of course, from our craft kit. And can I just say as well, this is craft kit number 43. If any of you have got all of them, let us know.
Yeah.
How many have you got? I'd love to know. And if you've got pictures of them all stacked up in your craft room, I bet it's an absolute feast for the eyes. We'd love to see.
I think it's a conversation we've had previously. I only think of like 2 or 3 people that actually said that they got all of them.
Wow.
So yeah, let us know if you are one of those people, and even better if you can get a picture,
Yeah.
or if you've got, say, the majority of them that what you're missing a few, do get in touch and let us know. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk if you want to send in pictures. Yeah, and once these have gone, they are gone, aren't they?
They're gone, yeah. Because we move on to the next one, so it's sort of grab it while you can sort of thing. So definitely want to add to your collection. But I've got to say, the fact that we're on number 43, there must be something good about them.
Well, exactly right.
We wouldn't have got to number 43 if people didn't love them. You
No.
can tell that people are coming back time and time again. So that is sort of testament to how fantastic these boxes are. But anyway, let's get crafting. So all I've done is I've taken this stencil and I've taken a little bit of my Crafter's Companion stick and spray, and I've just sprayed a little bit onto the back, and that's just a repositionable, get my teeth in, repositionable, get my teeth around that one, spray adhesive. And that's just going to mean that our stencil or mask, and I can never remember which way around it is, which one's a stencil and which one's a mask. I can never remember which way around it is, but it's one of the two.
That's the stencil. No, hang on a minute. No, that's the stencil, isn't it? Because the mask. Show me the mask.
It would be the middle of that.
Yeah, the mask is the
Yeah.
middle of that. Yeah.
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 So this is a stencil. Yeah.
That's what we'll go with.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So we've stuck our stencil. Yeah. Down onto, I'm using some watercolour card just for a little bit of texture. You can be using your stamping card if you prefer, it's totally up to you. Just nice quality card that we're using, and I'm going to be taking some of our opaque pigment inks. Now it's totally up to you what inks you want to use. The water reactives work really nicely as well. I'm going to start off with a bit of lemon tonic, I think. Ooh. So I'm taking one of my Spectrum Noir round blending tools. These are definitely on our website.
Yes.
I know they're super, super popular. They're so easy to use. So I'm working in circular motion. So I'm starting at the edge of our stencil, as we have established. That's what we're going with anyway. And I'm just blending the colour onto there.
Just waiting for all the comments to come in.
Oh.
It's a matte. A mask.
I can never remember which way around it is. You know when you just have a mental block for something and you just can never remember which way around it is. But the key thing is, we're actually giving you both in the kit.
Exactly.
Which is quite unusual. You tend to get sort of one or the other. It's either a mask kit or it's a stencil kit. But at Crafter's Companion, we said, you know what? No, we're giving you both. Why not? It just gives you more and more options. So I'm working in a circular motion with my blending tool, and that's going to allow you to get the most smooth lay down of colour. I'm not going forwards and backwards or anything like that. To get that really smooth blended effect, work in your circular motions, and I'm just anchoring my card down with one hand. And because I actually stuck my stencil down, hopefully not too strongly, but we'll find out when we come to remove it, it just means that it's not going to move. If you did want to stick it to perhaps your glass mat with some low tack tape, you can do, but I do just find the spray adhesives are a little bit easier. So you can see we're starting to build up some colour onto there quite easily. You can see that I've kept in the middle a little bit more white, so we get that highlight. Then we'll go in with a little bit darker, so I'm going to go for Honey Pot. We might want to go even darker, we shall see. what we think, but that's nice.
Just whilst you're doing that, Hannah Law Furnace on Facebook says, yes, I have all the previous boxes.
Wow.
And I love every one of them. Is there any way of getting a photo of them all, Hannah Law? I would love to see those.
We'd love to see. I bet your shelves in your craft room look absolutely amazing.
A lot of shelves.
A lot of shelves, but yeah.
Lynn says, I've got all of the craft boxes apart from number 17, shaker card.
Oh no.
And 20 layering stencils.
Oh.
And Kathy Mars on Facebook says, I have all of them except one.
Which is?
I don't know whether that means except one, as in
number one.
Or what was number one? I mean, okay. Well, obviously, I say if anyone knows, obviously if you've got them all, you will know. Hannah, what was number one? Can you list them all? I'm just really interested to know what is in all of the craft boxes. No, what was number one? What was the first craft kit? I would love to know.
Can I just say I know what the next one is?
Are you allowed to?
Na.
Did you see that? You know what it is.
I know what it is.
What?
I've had my crafty mitts on it already.
Can you? No?
It is absolutely stunning. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and it's number 44.
It's number 44.
Yeah.
It should be coming pretty soon.
How soon?
Not quite, can't put a date on it yet, but next one.
Any clues as to what it might be, or
there might be some dies in it.
Dies, okay. Anything else?
You've got all your standard gorgeous papers, you've got all your cardstock, you've got all your pearls. It's fab. But you need to get this one first.
Yes, you do.
So then you've got 43 and then you can worry about 44, but can I just say, it's brilliant. But anyway, back to 43. So we've added our ink onto that and we're just going to peel our stencil back now.
So you're getting lots of laughing emojis for your ha-ha. Rhonda says, haha, I really like Lily, she fits right in. I think that relates to you sort of...
being a bit sneaky.
Huh?
So it relates to me being a bit sneaky, a bit naughty.
Well, I think, because that came in a little bit earlier on. I think that relates to the fact when I told you my terrible flamingo joke and you just stood there and turned me into a pillar of salt. Our Susie says, I have all of them starting with number 16 and I don't have room in my craft area, so they are all in my pantry.
Ooh.
Lol. And Kendall says, what colours do you recommend with the quick dries?
Ooh. Quick dries I would be using more for stamping. Your quick dries are perfect for stamping because they dry quickly. They're great for your layering stamps or anything like that. For your stencils with your blending, I'd say go for either your opaque pigments, like I've just used here, or your water reactive. Your opaque pigments, as the name suggests, will give you a slightly stronger effect, and your water reactives will give you a slightly more muted effect. So it's totally up to you. In terms of colours, if you're a real beginner, I'd definitely say try and go for 3 at least, but we do have a bundle on the show of water reactives, which is a 9 impact collection. They all work together really well, so that's definitely a really good one to go for if you are starting with your inky journey.
Can I just say, I'm looking at what that's what you've just done, haven't you?
Yeah.
So that's not the stencil, is it?
Because
that's more of like the, or is it?
Maybe it is a mask.
I'd say that's the mask, isn't it? Please someone let us know.
Yeah.
We're all learning together. Because I think like a stencil is always like more detail, isn't it? Like the actual image as opposed to what you would...
I'm not sure.
Is that the stencil?
They're saying in our ear it's a stencil.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's nice, whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly right.
So it was very easy and very quick to actually build up that colour onto there. And you can see it was only 2 colours of ink pad, and you can get quite a nice effect onto there. But should we bring in the stamps from the collection?
Yes.
Let's bring them in. So I'm getting in my stamp platform, of course, my 8x8 inch magnetic stamp platform, and it's upside down. I can't be doing with that, it's got to be the right way around. And we can add that into the centre there. And we're using our magnets because of course it is magnetic, which makes stamping so easy, which is absolutely brilliant. If we do miss a little bit with our inking, then we don't need to worry about it at all. So, choices, isn't it? You get so many gorgeous stamps, it's like, which one am I going to use? It's absolutely fab to craft with this box, but I'm going to go for the fairy, I think.
Okay.
I'm just going to place it in the middle. So I'm placing a stamp side down. What I mean by that is raised side down. Let's place it into the middle. And then I'm going to take the lid of my stamping platform, just going to pop that onto there and then press down to pick up my stamp onto that lid. And then all we're going to do is we're going to take an ink pad. So I'm going to go for Noir Black. But don't think just because these are silhouettes that they've got to be done in black ink all the time. You can be using any colour of ink. You could be using perhaps white embossing powder onto craft card. How different would that look? Your embossing powders, glittery embossing powders perhaps. Anything like that at all. And then I'm just positioning that down, and I'm using a quick dry ink pad. So for all of the viewer earlier that asked about the ink pads, quick dry are perfect for your stamping. They're going to give you a really, really crisp image every single time. And I'm not worrying that I've missed a little bit onto there.
No.
Because I can just go in and re-ink. And I find stamping platforms are brilliant for silhouette, silhouette stamps. I was going to say stencil stamps then. No, Lily.
Definitely silhouette stamps.
Because quite often, even if I've not missed an area, I want to go back in and re-stamp just to get a really, really dark, crisp image. So you can see that stamped really nicely, but I'm wanting it to be really, really quite defined, so she really pops against our lovely bright background. So I can just go back in again, just re-ink really, really easily. And because I know that my cardstock won't have moved because it's been placed in position using my magnets, I know that I don't need to worry, it's going to be stamping in exactly the same place as my stamp hasn't moved either. So I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to take that out of our stamping platform. You could go in and stamp another time if you wanted that to be even darker. It's completely up to you. But then we're going to start layering it up onto a card. Now, as part of our Get It deal this week, we do have some of the glues, and you do have your all-purpose included in that bundle, which is brilliant for your mats and layers. I know Arliane calls it the best glue in the world, and it is for a reason. I use it all the time for my mats and layers. Matching and layering, that one.
Matching and layering,
Matching and layering, that one, yeah.
Matching?
I use it, my matching and layering, I use it for that, yeah. It's a brilliant flat adhesive. You get a little bit of wiggle room. So if you don't get it quite perfect first time round when you lay it down to glue it down, you can actually manoeuvre it a little bit.
It's a good got a good deal because you get that along with your tacky glue, don't you? And your 3D Collal glue, your chunky glue, as Debbie calls it. Chunky. And then you're going to get a whole different array of your cardstock in there. So you've got your matte black, you've got some Nina, some white stamping card, the craft card in there as well. So it's a nice selection to stock up and get started, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, it's brilliant. So if you are running low on some of your adhesives, or if you are a new crafter, like you say, Ben, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant place to start because you get to try a little bit of everything.
Great as well if you bought our creative collection earlier on.
Oh yeah, be perfect to put in with a gift, wouldn't it? So they've got everything to start with. So we've laid out some of the pattern papers from our fabulous box, matting it onto some of the cardstock, of course, also from the box. And then we can bring in our topper. I'm thinking let's lift it up a little bit from the background just to make it stand proud. That's when we're going to bring in our chunky glue.
Are you normally a chunky glue or foam pad person?
It depends.
Depends what mood you're in.
Yeah, depends. Whatever's to hand, I'll go, or yeah, use that. But this is absolutely fantastic because you do get a little bit of manoeuvrability with it. And it's also brilliant if you're doing your decoupage and you want to shape it a little bit. Your chunky glue is brilliant because it allows you to get, it's not just flat or 3D, you can get that sort of bevel to it. So that's going to give us a little bit of dimension onto there. Then we're just going to finish off with a sentiment that's been stamped. Sentiment, of course, is from the craft kit because just about everything on this card is from the craft kit, which is brilliant. And we're going to add that onto there just as a finishing touch to complete that card. Really, really quick and simple. You can take a little bit more time over your stamping and inking at home, but just to give you a little idea of how quick and easy that is to create using your craft kit and not really a lot else.
That's so cool, and I love that. And again, shows you the kind of things that you can create straight out of the box from this collection. Lots of you chatting about the craft kits. Coletta's just saying, I miss number 1. I've always wanted it. For holidays, I'm missing number 2. Number 1 was the Edgeable Happy Birthday die. Jennifer says, I have all except 42 and 43. Well, you can quickly rectify that. Patty says, I have all the boxes. Had to break down the boxes and store in envelopes as I ran out of space to store them. And Brenda says, I have all the craft kits still in their original boxes, running out of room, but I cannot bring myself to take them out of the boxes. That's the thing, isn't it? You know, they're so beautifully presented, you almost want to like keep them in pristine order. And beautiful printed paper, says Mary Reno. I loved that colour lily. Really lovely demonstration, really lovely collection as well, this one, and it is yours, but 35% of the stock has gone. Loads of you. This is the hot one tonight. This is what everybody's going for, because everyone wants the next craft box, and everybody wants to get the triple points on this tonight, because you won't get triple points on it tomorrow if we have stock left, because that is the deal as far as our 12 days of Craftmas. I'm really having trouble saying that. 12 days of Craftmas. Yeah. Hey, the 12 days of Craftmas. Were you guys here on the first day when I got it totally wrong? Not on air, thankfully. Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah, haven't said that yet. Don't say it in my ear, Charlotte. Seriously, because that will come out on air and it will not be good. Although Joe said worse. Right. Let's have a look at Crafters Inspiration issue 2. Now, this launched, I think it was last week actually we launched this, and it has been very, very popular indeed. Issue number 2 of kind of like the new rebooted, realigned, all of the Crafters Inspiration magazines have been lined up, so when we release them, everybody gets the same, no matter where you are. And there's been so much chat about the new look of these, because it's not just simply a magazine. You get it presented in this beautiful folder, which houses all of the papers that you're going to get for free, and indeed all of the goodies as well. And if you just look at the front of the actual folder itself, it tells you that you're going to get your free goodies in here. So in this issue, issue 2, you've got your beautiful die in there. You've got a wonderful collection of stamps, the Sent with Love stamp set, and then your ornate lace embossing folder. Plus you're going to get a whole collection of beautiful papers. Inside the magazine as well, you've got the QR code or the link to get your hands on the digital downloads too. I mean, even before we go into the magazine, you can see, let me open these up. Beautifully presented, right? It looks stunning, but then you've got your 3 free gifts in here, and these haven't been opened up yet, so I'm going to have the joy of just getting in here and opening these up. You've got a set of stamps, which are beautiful. They're the little perfume bottles. Oh, I made a right mess of that. Here we go. I'll get told off now next time somebody wants to come in and grab these. But look, those beautiful little perfume bottles, absolutely stunning. And you've got a whole host of different little sentiments that you can pop inside those stamped elements should you wish. So you've got just for you, someone special, with love, happy birthday. Really, really stunning. And those come within this collection for free. On top of that, you then got your word edgeable die. This one is your fabulous friends. So again, if you look at the price of this and thinking £10.39 platinum or $15.96, how much is the die and the stamps going to cost you first of all? And on top of all of that, you've then got a really beautiful embossing folder to pop through as well, with that beautiful ornate detailing. So that's going to go through your mini as well, which is absolutely phenomenal. So those 3 items come for free within the collection. Then on top of that, by the way, not even into the magazine yet, you've got all of these beautiful papers for free. Again, a little bit of everything here, some beautiful kind of patterns, some florals in there as well, some stripes, butterflies, of course, really, really gorgeous colour palette included within this collection. So you've got all of those beautiful papers with your die, with your embossing folder and your stamps, and then we get to the magazine itself, and it sounds a funny thing to say, but you can really kind of like see and feel the quality of this magazine. It's lovely for the fact that it's one of those magazines that you can, pop it on the coffee table, come to it when you're short of a bit of crafty mojo and just have a little flick through. But you've got 75 tips and tricks inside. And what I love about this, if you picked up any of our recent launches, our recent products like the Classy and Sassy stamps, for example, there's projects in there for all of those recent launches, and lots of projects too, featuring the freebies that you're going to get. I'll give you a little brief look through this, because I know, depending on what kind of side you're in, a lot of people like to have a full look. Some people like just to have a little bit of a look through, but you get a lovely welcome from Sarah when you open up your magazine. Then you've got your sort of table of what's going on in the magazine, where you can find it. And as we go through, what you're going to find, lots of familiar faces, lots of our crafting team as well, who've come up with their ideas, popped them all together for you with full instructions written and both in pictures as well. Because again, I think there's a lot of schools of thought that some people like to learn with pictures. A lot of people find it easier to learn with the written word, but it's all done there for you with a whole host of different projects. The other brilliant thing about this magazine, which I really love, is that it's accessible for everybody, because each and every one of the projects that you're going to get in the magazine is labelled with a skill level, all right? So even if you're like completely new with crafting, you can flick through this at your leisure and you can find the projects that are skill level 1. There's projects which are skill level 2, skill level 3. It's just so accessible for everybody. And as we go through, you'll see that you've got projects for your sassy and classy. You've got projects for lots of the recent launches. You've got the Ask the Experts page there too. So again, you can see our Sarah, our Leanne answering your questions in the magazine. There's sections here as well with your makes that have been sent through. There's Sharon Callis again. So again, all of the famous faces that you recognise day in, day out here on Crafters TV. But then as we go through to the back, again, you can see still jam-packed full of ideas. There you go. There's a little project using those perfume bottles that you get in the stamps. I mean, look at that gorgeous piece of home decor. Takes you through everything that you need. Valentine's gift ideas, fantastic. You've then got Leanne Love. So again, projects with our Leanne as well there, featuring recent launches. You've even got a little take a break page, which is great. So if you fancy just having a bit of a cup of coffee, having a little relax, we've popped in a crossword there for you, a little Sudoku puzzle as we head to the back. And are you noticing this, by the way? I'm almost to the back of the magazine and there's no fillers. You know, normally normal magazines sort of get 3/4 of the way through and you see the adverts, you see the fillers, all the interesting stuff has disappeared. This is front to back, side to side, jam-packed with ideas for you. You've got a template in the back there, sneaky little look at what's coming up in your next issue. You've got the crafty chat there with again, more pictures behind the scenes, and even, where's my mate George? There's a little feature of George Aiken in here as well, where you get, he's in there somewhere. There's the readers page with your makes, which is brilliant. So if you sent any in, you'll have to have a little look to see if your cards and projects have made it this time through. Oh, I can't find it, but there's a lovely little section about George, our presenter, in there as well, which you can find. But it's a great magazine, jam-packed full of ideas, and as I've said, that's the kind of thing that you're going to have a good look through, get some inspiration from, pop it onto the coffee table. Great just to have a sit back and relax and a read through. But on those days where the crafty mojo isn't quite working, you can go to it and get crafting. Don't forget as well, in there you'll find that QR code and that link to download even more beautiful papers. But you've got the papers in there, you've got the embossing folder, you've got the die, and you've got those stamps in there too. Issue 1 is also available on this show as well, so if you didn't manage to get your hands on that, pop that into your basket too. Launched this last week, but last week we did not have triple points, so get it now whilst you can get those triple points, and you are absolutely laughing. Right, let's give you time to check out, because the magazine's busy, but the busiest item of all is that brand new craft kit, and there's loads of you with it in your baskets. So head to the checkout and we'll come back with more inspiration for you in a couple of 3 minutes.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed.
With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Oh, hello. Sorry. No, sorry. We're just about to show you the out of this world deal. And I was just I was just checking. It's these, right? The nesting for that price. Oh yeah. By the way, if you're liking the prices, you can send in the thanks and the big purple love hearts to Lily, because she put the. This is amazing.
I know, but don't say too much, because when I walk in the office tomorrow morning, they might not let me in.
No, that is. I'll tell you what, their loss will be our gain.
This was the plan all along. They won't have me back.
The Out of This World deal, 24-hour deal, or while stocks last, on these beautiful nesting frame dies. I was just shocked for the fact that within each collection you've got 4 dies, and I mean, I just can't believe the amount of metal that you get for £31 or $35 is absolutely stunning. And these really do allow you to build up the most extravagant cards, whether you're using the frames individually, whether you're using all the components, whether you're using these to create your apertures as well. I love the fact that in this collection that you've even been given like the little added embellishments with these two. These really are absolutely stunning. That one is your deco swirl frame. Just as I flick through these here, you'll kind of get an idea for yourself, the value for money within this collection, and triple points. You've then got your filigree frame as well. Looks beautiful whichever way you use it. This one here is your modern swirl. Then you're going to be getting the beautiful decorative rose. And then lastly in this collection is that delicate lace. £31 for 24 elements in this collection, triple points as well. Who might this collection be for? Because I always look at collections like this, they've got a lot going on, and perhaps if you're a newbie you might be thinking, ooh, perhaps these are for people who are a little bit further down the crafters line. Are these for everyone?
These are absolutely for everyone. I mean, I must say this bundle is right up my street.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can tell I put it together and put it on the show, can't you?
Yes.
It's perfect if you are a newbie and you're looking to sort of take your crafting up a little bit to the next level. One of the things a lot of new crafters find what their cards lack are those layers, those details that they see those advanced crafters having on their cards. They see all the layers, they see all the lace, and they want to achieve that themselves. And you can do that so easily with this collection. So instead of creating your own mats and layers, perhaps with your scissors or your guillotine, why not have gorgeous lacy nesting frame layers? They're just going to give your cards such a luxurious and beautifully delicate finish. So absolutely for everyone. And basically, you're paying for 3 and we're giving you another 3. So you wouldn't really say no. And I love the fact that you've got square and rectangular. So it doesn't matter whether you're into square cards a little bit more or maybe you favour your rectangular cards. We've got something for everyone. But they do mix and match between the sets. So take the centres out of some of the frames and mix and match them with others for lots of different effects. It's kind of something that you can have a play with and really get so much more from your mats and layers than just standard straight edges. So definitely for absolutely everybody. I think you've got to have them in your crafty stash at that price.
There's lots of love hearts coming in for you as well. Mary says, thank you so much, Lily. Oh my, says Victoria, that price is out of this world. That's why it's the out of this world deal.
Yeah.
Shall we look at some finished samples?
Shall we? So we can take it, I don't want to say simple because this is an absolutely stunning card. And yes, it is an easel card. We can go quite simple in terms of just using them from our mats and layers. So we're cutting them from several different colours of cardstock, so different shades of your blue cardstock, inking your edges. But then again, Ben was talking about earlier how we've got so much metal for our money and we fill every single space within that die set. So we have the embellishments as well, and using those to create borders, you've got so many different options.
Yeah.
So that's sort of in its simplest form, if you like, just using the sets as they are, building them up. And how absolutely stunning is this card. I saw this one when I come into the studio earlier and I thought, my goodness me, that's absolutely gorgeous. How delicate, how pretty. That's what we're talking about, that gorgeous intricate detail onto there, adding in all your lovely embellishments, your stamps, your inks, your pearls, just absolutely gorgeous to create the most special cards. How about taking it up a notch a little bit, using your acetate? I know, what an absolute stonker of a card. I saw this, I thought, wow, I love acetate. It gives such an interesting effect in your cards, but really easy to create. So create this bow front card, and all you need to do is cut your acetate so it's slightly longer, perhaps a couple of inches longer than the width of your card base. Then just score a little distance from each edge, and you just fold it round to give that bow effect. And how special does that look? And then we're adding our frame onto the centre of there, cutting out an aperture. Can you see that's an aperture actually under there? And then layering in some of the other frames within the set into the centre. Just absolutely stunning. And I've got to say, when I first saw this particular die set, the gorgeous floral rose one, first thing I thought was paper piecing. How fab would that be to sit and paper piece all those roses back into there? Yeah, a little bit time consuming, but definitely a labour of love.
Isn't it?
That's why you do it, isn't it?
Make time to do it.
I absolutely love a bit of paper piecing, but I'm thinking with all your glitter cards into there would be brilliant. And I know I believe we've got some glitter card on the show as well, so that would be perfect for working with that. And again, not just about standard shaped or size cards. How about this for something a little bit different? I think that's sort of like a variation on a stepper card there.
Yeah.
So quite a large card. So they're not the most huge dies, so they are going to fit through your junior machines and above, but you can still create really large cards with real impact. Again, using the different frames within each set. We're not just giving you one frame within each set. Oh no, we're filling that whole die sheet metal full, lots of different frames onto there, so you've got lots of layering possibilities with your cards. And that's just a flavour of a few of the different things you can do once you get your out of this world deal home. So I know you're going to want this one. It's quite frankly, it's out of this world, and that price is brilliant.
It really is. So much love coming in for you, Lily. People going, oh my, price is out of the world. Panda says, oh, I don't have any of these dies. Get them tonight whilst you can. 24-hour deal. Coletta says, wow, this is a great price. 4 Holidays Designs. These are great dies. You need them. And what a price. They are gorgeous sets, says Mary, at an insanely terrific price. And Patty Abbott Heard on Facebook, that is an amazing price. Absolutely it is. You guys are going wild for those. By the way, the craft kits are flying out the door as well. Sam's telling me I've just ordered the magazine and the new subs box. And Wendy says, I'm going to tell my hubby that Ben made me do it. I've just ordered the silhouette box. So I'll take the blame tonight. It's fine. Broad shoulders. No problem whatsoever. Just grab it and blame it on me. Let's have a look at these nesting frame dies in action then, shall we? I mean, I suppose the question is, how on earth do you choose which one to use?
I must say, that was my struggle when I first picked them up. I thought, I want to use them all.
Yeah.
I do want to use them all. And I think, actually, you could probably actually use them all on one card. I feel like that's a challenge I've set myself when I get home tonight.
Use them all on one card?
Well, I'm thinking, you've got some of the larger frames, you can mix and match them with the smaller frames.
Well.
So, you guys, when you get them home, I'm challenging you if you can.
Lily set the challenge.
I think
there you go.
Could.
Wow.
I think you could. And it's not going to have to be a great big A3 card. I think you could. But anyway, we're sticking to one.
You're not doing that in your next demo then?
No.
No.
No. I only had the thought earlier when I was going through. I thought, I wonder. But anyway, that's just for an indecisive crafter if you really can't decide, which I definitely am. I'm going with the Deco swirl frame, and they've all got, I don't name these, as you can tell, because I can't say any of the names. You try and say them and they all come out all in one. But anyway, we're going to cut some pearl cardstock. So I'm taking the largest die, and like I say, we can use our Gemini Junior with these. I am using the Big Daddy, the Big Gemini machine, but I am just using my Junior plates because they're going to be a lot quicker. So passing that through our machine, I'm going to cut that absolutely beautifully. So let's have a look what we've got. Now I did think when I first saw these dies, I thought, those are really quite intricate. They're absolutely gorgeous. Are they going to be a bit of a nightmare to cut? Well, yeah. Shall we answer that?
Well, you've answered it.
Shall we? Pearl cardstock.
Wow.
So you think pearl cardstock, probably not the easiest to cut, might be a little bit of a naughty little so-and-so.
I mean, that's pretty much clean, isn't it? That's gorgeous.
And let's be honest, that die pretty much filled that whole plate. There was no sort of moving it around and trying to get it in a good position. There's no soft spots on the Gemini. You've got brilliant dies, you've got a brilliant machine. It's going to cut, it's going to work. So absolutely fantastic first time through the machine, and that detail on there, I mean, absolutely
It reminds me of, like, do you remember the spirographs you used to get?
I used to absolutely love those. Maybe that was like one of my first little crafty endeavours.
There you go. And you come full circle.
Full circle.
Wow.
Here we are now. Thanks to the spirograph, I am stood here today.
That's it. There we are, you see.
There we go, it's where it all began. But yeah, definitely. But for me, that feels, I'm thinking of Art Deco architecture.
Art Deco, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they call it the Deco swirl frame. You can definitely see the Art Deco influence in there. So perhaps you've got some artwork, some gorgeous Art Deco lady toppers you might have, stamps, dies. They work perfect with this. And this is what I mean. I'm talking about these being stuff that you need in your crafty stash. They're going to go hand in hand with what you've already got. Maybe you're stamping, you've got stamped images, and you want those backing plates to stamp onto. These are going to be perfect. Perhaps you're a die cutter and you love your floral dies, you love your foam flowers. This is going to be perfect because you can set them onto these die cuts. They're just going to sort of slot into your craft stash absolutely seamlessly. Right, let's start layering up the card. So we've got the one that I've cut now, and we've got one that we've cut earlier. But there's actually lots of different options with these. So we could have actually cut them in a couple of different colours. We could slightly offset them. But let's trim into one of them. So let's take this one. This is going to seem really brutal. So we're just going to chop it right down the centre, just like so. No messing about, straight down the centre. And then we can start playing about. We can start thinking about layering up in different ways. We can create different shapes. So I was talking about earlier how they're perfect because we've got rectangular and square. Well, we can actually use our rectangular die set and create more of a square type design. So layering them up in lots of different ways, it's completely up to you. I'm going to start by actually building up a card base, and I'm going to decide how exactly I want to layer that topper up. Okay. So we've got some pattern papers, and I've got a choice of two. Which one shall I go for? I think I'm quite liking the contrast of the blue, so let's go for that one. I'm going to take my all-purpose glue once again for matting and layering. as I say earlier, this is my absolute go-to. I've used this for years and years and years. And what you'll find with a lot of wet glues, perhaps your sort of PVAs, if you're using them with papers like this isn't a cardstock that I'm actually sticking, it's actually a paper, so it's fairly thin. What you'll find with most PVAs is that it will cause it to buckle. You'll probably be able to see the glue through, it probably wrinkle, you'll come back and it'll be all warped. With it being a solvent-based glue, you're not going to get any of that at all. It's absolutely brilliant, even with your papers, which for me sort of sets it apart a little bit from lots of the other glues that you see on the market. Then we're going to start layering out our card, and something I always do when I'm crafting is, they always say, don't commit to the stick. So always lay out first.
I like that catchphrase.
Always lay out first before you start sticking anything down, because let's be honest, with crafters, we change our minds all the time.
Yeah.
And if we've stuck it down, it's a bit like, it's too late.
Is that actually an actual catchphrase, or have you just made that up?
No, I've heard it before. It before, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't claim that one. I'd like to, but...
Don't commit to the stick.
Don't
It's just
commit
because,
to the
like, Johnny's going, you've not heard that before, no?
No? Oh, I'm bringing it back. Bringing it back.
Old school.
Old school, yeah.
Yes.
Don't commit to the stick. So, back to the card. We are now committing to the stick because I've had a little look and I'm happy. So, our two pieces, and don't worry that it's going to look a little bit messy in the middle, as we're going to cover that with our full piece. So that's not a problem at all. If we lay those two pieces onto there, looking a little bit odd, isn't it?
Looks a bit like a barbecue.
Yeah.
The little round ones.
Well, these dies are multi-use. You can create barbecues and all sorts. They're brilliant for a range of occasions. And then when we add that over the top, unfortunately the barbecue disappears. But, you know, that's an idea for another project. Don't worry, it's logged in the crafty memory banks. Don't you worry about that.
What have you got there?
A little bit of foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll. Yes, Lily, foam on a roll. Foam on a roll. Foam on a roll. Foam on a roll. Hey! Is that your first ever time you foam on a roll?
Absolutely. You've got to remember that I've been watching Crafters TV for a very long time, so I've seen that many times. I've been sat at home singing along to myself, and now here I am.
And now you've done it. I mean, all of your crafting dreams come true today, right?
Living the foam on a roll dream.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
That's great. Thank you.
Absolutely. So anyway, on the back we do have some foam on a roll.
Foam? No, don't worry.
Not again. Not yet. And we can add that into the centre, and that's going to cover that middle that looked a little bit messy. And can you see we've created a shape that looks really quite different. It almost looks like we've used a different die set entirely. And you could be extending that upwards a little bit more if you had a more square card base. But just to fill that card base, that's the design we're going to go with in this instance. Then we've taken one of the smaller dies within the set, like we were talking about earlier. You do have the smaller dies as well. So if you do really diddy little maybe 4x4 cards, these are going to be perfect. Not even using the larger dies within the set. You don't always have to do that. You could be using these for gift tags. They could be stoppers for easel cards. Lots and lots of different options with your smaller dies. Now I'm using my precision glue applicator. It's just got some tacky glue inside. So tacky glue is in your Get It deal today.
It is.
And if you have got some really fine detail, you can just decant it into your fine tip glue applicators. I know we've got these on the website because they actually came back in stock the other week and we were very excited. So definitely check those out. So perfect when you've got something really detailed and intricate that you want to stick down, like these nesting frames. So that's built up our design onto there. Now you could be adding absolutely whatever you like into the centre. Perhaps you want to be adding some stamped images, some decoupage that you've done. It can be anything at all, but in this particular instance, I'm going to be using just some die cut words. So I've gone for thank you, which I think is really appropriate this time of year. Perhaps you've finished doing your Christmas cards and you're thinking about doing your thank you cards for the new year. This is going to be absolutely perfect for that. Taking a little ribbon bow just to finish it off. So if I pop that on the top left, it's a really pretty finishing touch. And then we could be adding, I think we'll add our butterfly down onto the bottom right just to balance where we've got our ribbon bow at the top. And using our tacky glue again onto there is going to be brilliant because it's going to give us quite a quick grab, but we're still going to have a little bit of wiggle time, if you like, a little bit of manoeuvrability. So if we're not exactly too happy with where we've placed it, we can just manoeuvre it into place, and then once it has stuck, it's going to be stuck really fast, as the tacky glue gives a really, really strong bond. You could then be adding in a couple of gems into opposite corners, just as that perfect finishing touch. You could even be using your leftover gems from your new craft kit to do that if you so wished. So I'm going to add just another one into the corners, just so we've got a couple of pearls, and that's going to draw our eye into the centre of the card, into those nesting frames. So we talked about earlier how they can be used with anything within your crafty stash that you already have, but you can also be using them as the main focus of the cards themselves. They're that gorgeously beautiful. They're really, really quite striking.
Oh, wow. I mean, Lily, absolutely stunning. I just wanted to read just a few comments, because there's so many lovely comments coming through, not just about the nesting dies, but about Lily herself as well. Such beautiful cards, says Mary Reno. Pandacraft says, Lily, I love your calm voice and your demos.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much.
Caroline says, I really hope we see Lily again. Lily, you are a natural.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much. I hope I can be here again. It's been fantastic to be with you tonight.
Kim says, has Lily been on TV before? She was on earlier, a few hours ago. She's a natural and a very good saleswoman. I know. I mean, yes, almost like she has.
It's just because I buy the products myself.
That's
pretty much selling them to myself.
That's exactly right. And by the way, because there are a few people asking, so again, just before a few more comments before we move on, few people asking about you, Lily, because I know people join all the time, dip in, dip out. Lily was with us earlier on. She's obviously a crafter, as you can tell, loves her crafting, but day to day within Crafter's Companion, what is your official job title and what is your day-to-day?
My official title is Trading Executive, which sounds very scary. It sounds Trading Executive, which doesn't really mean a lot, does it?
Sounds good though.
It sounds great. Basically, I put together what's going to be featuring on our shows on Crafters TV. So the products that we actually put onto the shows, I sort of work in a team that does that, which is quite exciting because I love all the products myself. So it's quite exciting thinking, oh, we're going to be bringing you this show, this product. So I've actually popped this show together myself, which is quite exciting, which is why we've got some of the deals that are on here.
Yeah.
To do with me. Yeah, those half-price dies.
Yeah. I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
absolutely. I love your title as well, Trading Executive.
Executive, yeah.
I just feel like I need to have a better title for...
Presenter's a bit...
It's not great,
It's not
is it?
cutting it, is it?
Can someone come up with a better presenting executive? I don't know. Does anyone come up with a better title for...
Maybe we need to have it, it's like a weekly poll or something. We can ask the people, what should you be called?
Yeah, can someone come up with a better name for my title, please?
Yeah.
Someone let me know. Be kind.
Yeah, only nice answers.
Caroline says, love Lily, she is a match for Ben. I love it. Thank you as well to Rhonda and Lynn and others who, whenever we sing the Foam and a Roll song, literally type out all of the words and the musical notation as well. I love that. Lots of love for the card coming through as well that you just made. Mary says, love that, so elegant. Beautiful card, says Caroline. The bow is lovely, says Vicky. Lynn says, a beautiful card, Lily. It's lovely to have you with us. You need to come back. Marie says, fantastic demoing, Lily, and gorgeous card, Lily, especially like the butterfly, says Caroline. Quickly, one more time, do you want to have a quick look at those boards? We will quickly whiz through those, and then we'll give you opportunity to check out your baskets, because I know you do not want to miss a minute of all of Lily's makes. So, this is the Out of This World deal. The filigree frame is included in this bundle at an unbelievable deal. You're going to get all of these worth, what, £78, nearly $90 for $31.18 if you're platinum, for $35.88 if you're shopping with us in the US. There's your modern swirls. Again, loads of beautiful different designs with the decorative rose. I love the fact that you get all of the frames and then that like finished embellishment within the collections as well, whether you go for your rectangular cards, your square cards. This delicate lace again looks great on the portrait, but then when you go on the horizontal too, looks absolutely stunning. And then that deco swirl frame that Lily used in that last demonstration, absolutely gorgeous. And again, you've seen how easy it is to be able to layer these up, create the most extravagant cards for a low price, but that price only applicable for the next 24 hours. And of course, you're only going to get triple points on this up until 8 a.m. UK time tomorrow morning or 3 o'clock Eastern time. The deals are flying. Those are flying. That's flying. This is flying, and we've not even looked at it. And by the way, the brand new box, 40% of the stock has disappeared, and more will go because there's lots more of you with it in your baskets right now. So let us give you, thank you for the titles coming in. We'll read those in a second. Let's give you time to check out though. Get to the checkouts, and we'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours. I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing. Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up. I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Thank you for the sweater love coming in, by the way. There's lots of love for the sweater today. Gilmore's called it my creator card sweater. It does look a bit like a creator card. Love Ben's sweater, says Deborah. And thank you also for the new names that I can give my job title. Obviously, Lily's got a very posh title, Trading Executive. Very posh. No, but it sounds like a weighty, sort of meaty job. I mean, you are very important, but it sounds like you're really, really important.
Sounds like I know what I'm doing, doesn't it? Which is scary.
This guy, presenter, so a few of you have suggested new job titles just very quickly. Crafty AJ, Crummy Jokes Executive.
Oh.
That hurts.
Stings.
All right, Johnny. Johnny says, it's true though. Your jokes are worse than mine. One day you can come in here and we'll have a dad joke off. And I tell you what, if you think my jokes are bad, wait till you hear producer Johnny's. He's like on another level. Seriously, he makes me groan. Rhonda says presentation guru. I like that.
That's nice.
An entertainment executive, says Wendy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Alison says entertainer extraordinaire.
Oh.
Good. But I've got to thank Susie for this one, and this is going at the bottom of my emails from tomorrow. Executive Vice President of Presentation. Oh, yes, that is the one. Oh, plus Mary, thank you. Executive of Jumpers / Waistcoats. Yes, thank you for all of those. Yes, Ben Moseby. What do you do for a living? Oh, well, I'm Executive Vice President of Presentation and also Executive of Jumpers and Waistcoats. Now, moving on in my official role of all of those things that I just said. Johnny just said, sounds like you work in a department store. Let's have a look at one of the other items which is proving very, very hot today, the Swan Lake collection. Now, again, this is a great deal, right? Because what you've got to consider, and we'll look through the box with Lily in just a second, you get so much jam-packed inside these boxes. You've got over 140 elements here. But again, I just want to point you to the fact that you're getting your discount today. If you're platinum, it's $39.99. Here in the UK, or $47.96. However, today you're getting triple points, but only for today. That is the deal as far as our 12 days of Craftmas is concerned. So it's a good day to pick this up. In the box, you're going to get 12 card blanks, 12 envelopes, 12 coloured cards, 12 pearlescent cards, 24 printed papers, an embossing folder, 4 stencils, 29 clear acrylic stamps, 16 metal dies, 9 ribbons, 12 feathers, and 1 pot of iridescent glitter. Makes a minimum of 12 cards. However, as you're going to see once again, you get, as well as the consumables, lots of other goodies that you'll be able to keep your hands on and use forever and ever as long as you look after them. If you love the Ballet Swan Lake, then you absolutely have to jump in and grab this collection. Wait till you see what's in the box. Lily, I think it is time to say to you, open the box!
Open the box! Once again, Crafters Companion have knocked it absolutely out the park with one of these boxes. They're all absolutely fabulous. They're beautifully presented. It's not just about what you get in there, it's about the box itself, that presentation. So if you're thinking about gifts, absolutely brilliant. I love this collection. I must say, I've never even seen Swan Lake and I've fallen in love with this collection. It's gorgeous. And the way I was thinking about this last night, and I was thinking, how would I describe the colours in this collection? And I'm thinking gentle jewel tones.
Oh, I like that.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
I like the way you delivered that as well.
Gentle jewel tones. Well,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was thinking I'm going to trip over my tongue here, so I'm going to have to be careful how I say this, but gentle jewel tones.
Yes.
There's a real opulence about it, but then it's really soft and soothing at the same time. So it's absolutely stunning. So when you open the box, you've got a little introduction there from Sarah, just talking you through sort of her inspiration behind putting this box together, because of course it is one of her fantastic signature collections. So if you do collect Sarah's signature collections, perhaps you've got the other box that she did, the Nutcracker box, you're going to want to be adding this to your stash as well. We've got that gorgeous tissue paper wrapping everything up, so brilliant as a gift. Like Ben mentioned earlier, we've got our card blanks into here. Now, once again, just like we had with our craft kit, we don't just get the card blanks, we also get the envelopes. So we're leaving no stone unturned whatsoever. We've got everything in here that we actually need. Now, I'm going to hide those for a second. I'm going to save those. Shh. You might have seen, but we'll save the embellishments to the end.
Yes.
Let's look at our tools. So these, after all the papers have gone and you've used everything else within the collection, we've got our stamps which are going to live on in your crafty stash for a very, very long time. As long as you look after them, you will get a lot of use out of these, and they're gorgeous quality clear stamps with a range of designs taken inspiration from Swan Lake. So you've got a range of different images on there. You've got the characters themselves, you've got embellishments, you've got things that you can build up to create backgrounds, you've got finishing touches. Perhaps you could be multiple stamping those to create your own pattern papers. And of course you've got your sentiments there in a range of different fonts. So something for lots of different occasions on there. Now we come to our die set, and it might look a little bit strange at first glance. Some of the shapes you might think, what's that all about?
Yeah, what is that all about?
Well, they actually match with the stamps.
Ah, clever.
So if you're not into fussy cutting, like I am, I've got to say I do love a little bit of fussy cutting, but if you want perfect results a lot quicker every single time, you've got your matching dies to go with the stamps, and we will be looking a little bit later at how you can do that really, really easily. But those two go together and they are absolutely brilliant. Your tools that are going to live on in your crafty stash for many years to come. Another thing within the box, which is not a consumable at all and is going to last for a very long time, is our embossing folder. So you can see we've got a lovely embossing folder which has got that background scene on, so perfect for creating your backgrounds, adding your characters into the foreground. It just gives you that starting point for all of your projects that you're creating with this fab box. Then we move on to our stencils. So first of all, I've got to say this is my favourite. I love feathers. I think feathers are just absolutely gorgeous. They're so symbolic, they're so gentle, and they can be quite soothing, but lovely design onto there. Don't forget you can be using that with any of your inks. They can be used with your water reactive inks like we've got on the show today. With your pigment inks you can be using those through there, but you can also be using your metallic inks as well for a really, really special finish. So that's your feathers. Then you also got 3 scenes, and you could absolutely be using all 3 together to build up perspective, to build up your layers onto your projects. Lovely swan designs, your trees, and of course your, what would you call that, Ben? It's like a little building, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
like a bandstand, but I don't think it is it?
There's a posher name for it than that, but it is a bandstand, isn't it? A gazebo?
A gazebo?
It's not a gazebo.
That's even less posh.
They've not just like erected that, have they? Because they've got a barbecue out. Let's be honest, it's a bit posher than that.
Yeah.
And it's not a pergola, because a pergola is like a. Isn't like a pergola is like a square structure, isn't it?
I don't
know. A pergola. It's not even called a pergola.
Pagoda. That's something entirely different, I think.
A pagoda. That's like a temple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're getting all confused.
Goodness me. Is it time? I think we must move on at this point.
Let us know what it's called if you know the answer.
Answers
it's not a gazebo.
on a postcard, please.
Gazebo. Or whatever the other thing was that you said. Anyway, carry on with the papers. I'll see if I can Google
it. Yes. Oh, these papers are absolutely stunning. There's so many layers to these papers. They're not just sort of a printed design. They almost look like you've created these yourselves with your inks, with your stamps, with your embossing powders, it almost looks like. So what I was saying earlier, when I was thinking about the jewel tones, I'm thinking amethyst, emerald and sapphire. That is what I sort of think of when I look at these papers. They are of course double-sided. So one side is more, I'd say more of a background. The other side I'd say is more of a feature. So you feature one of the feature images onto there. So you've got the 2 designs on just the one paper. And again, we've got the same with these. We've got the images themselves on one side and more of a subtle background on the other. But there's so many layers, like I say, to these papers. You can see the script in the background, there's music, so very much reminiscent of Swan Lake, the ballet itself. So those are our lovely purples. So like I say, I'm thinking amethyst for those. And I'm thinking more emerald for these. Can you see that gold effect? It really does look like it is actually metallic, but it's actually printed, which is absolutely fabulous. So you can see the ballerinas on there. We've got the swans, perhaps snipping into these papers, actually taking the swans out and using those as embellishments on all your crafty projects. That would be fabulous, wouldn't it? And then we move into what I'm calling sapphire. So again, I'd be fussy cutting into these, taking the ballerinas out and using those as toppers onto my cards. And how gorgeous are those feathers just falling through the air with the script, the splashes of almost like the metallic paint onto there. Absolutely stunning papers. They are absolutely gorgeous. I must say, it's one of those, you get it home and you struggle that first cut into your first paper, you think, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Maybe you might need one to use and one to stroke. There is that. But anyway, as if the papers weren't enough, we get our coloured cardstock. So we have our solid coloured cardstock. And can you see how absolutely fantastically those colour tones match? So we've not just put in some pretty coloured card that's nice, but it don't really work. Absolutely not. It's been designed to work absolutely perfectly with those printed papers. And as if coloured cardstock wasn't good enough, we've also included the pearlescent. And can I just show you this one? This. Talk about opulent.
Ooh,
oh
hello.
my gosh.
Yes.
I'd describe that as, in a word, delicious. Delish.
Yeah.
Oh, and that green. I must say, green is probably not my favourite colour, but that green, oh my word, gorgeous. Last bit. The bit that I tried to hide earlier and didn't do too well at it because it was right at the top of the box. But finishing touches. So we've got ribbons. So very much like we had in the craft box, we've got 3 different colours in 3 different widths of each. So perfect for all your different crafty projects. You've got your thin little ribbons if you want a tiny little bow, and you've got your big thick ribbons if you want to create a really nice big bow, perhaps for home decor projects. That'd be great. Then we've got our feathers, and these are absolutely gorgeous. I couldn't believe that you got these in the kit. When I got the hands on the kit, I thought, wow. So you've got gorgeous feathers. Those are a perfect finishing touch for all your projects, not just your Swan Lake projects, but any project that you're creating at all. And the crowning glory is the glitter. So if you want to be adding glittery highlights to any of your papers, any of your stamped images, what about shaker cards? Oh my word.
OMG.
Absolutely gorgeous. And you get a really good amount in there as well. We've not given you just like a tiny little bit in a cello bag or anything like that. We've given you a proper pot of glitter, which is going to last a really long time. My goodness me, what an awful lot you get in that box. It's absolutely fantastic. What a great gift for a new crafter, for somebody who's been crafting for years, somebody who just wants to try something a bit new. Absolutely perfect. I love it.
Loads of you saying how much you love this collection as well. Thank you for, I knew you were a learned bunch. So suggestions for the name of that structure. So Sam's gone for bandstand. I like the posher names here. So Evelyn says a rotunda, and I googled that, and it does look like a rotunda. Caroline says a pavilion, could be. Few people saying the word gazebo as well. Apparently, Christina's saying in the US it would be a gazebo. They can be posh. However, in England, in times past, they would sometimes call it, which Anne has also said, a folly. A folly. A folly. A folly. No, but you know, I'm not apologising. No, but a gazebo is that you put up a gazebo is like not in England, isn't it? It's not like a structure. You put up a gazebo like you'd put up a tent, wouldn't you?
Yeah. When the barbecue comes out, gazebo goes up. Yeah. Sun comes out for 5 minutes. Get the gazebo up.
Get the gazebo.
Get the gazebo.
Get the gazebo. Pamela says a posh domed gazebo. And Deb says,
I'll do it.
It's an arbour. That's where they keep boats, isn't it? Oh no, that's a harbour. An arbour. I've had. Sorry.
Thank you. He's here all week, folks.
He's got to come back. Lily has got to come back.
You won't let me back at this rate. I'll be barred.
Hey, I'll sneak you in.
Oh.
I'll get you in through the back door.
There we go.
It could be a rotunda or a folly, or it could be any of those, but thank you very much for all of those coming through. A gazebo, says Susie, in the US is more of a permanent structure. It's not really here, we put up a gazebo, but it's not a gazebo in the UK. Charlotte's just told me to shush. She actually said, shut up, Ben.
Oh.
Let's, did you know, you can't tell me to do that. I'm the executive, what's my title again? I'm the executive or vice president executive presentation. You can't tell me to shut up. She just did. Shall we see this in action, Swan Lake? Oh, by the way, you know you said you wanted to see Swan Lake?
Yes.
It's coming to Darlow in the new year.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
The Hippodrome.
I feel like we need a Crafters TV trip out.
Yeah.
Purely for research purposes.
Yeah. There's only individual seats left though, so we'll obviously we'll have to sit on our own.
It's a bit sad.
Yeah, a little bit sad.
A little bit sad. Should we just craft with it instead?
Yeah, let's do that.
I think it's a bit easier.
Let's do that.
Can do it in the comfort of our homes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
Anyway, let's go.
Right, let's do it. Okay, I love this collection. I think it's absolutely stunning. So let's get crafting. I'm going to do a twisted easel actually. So we're starting off with a piece of cardstock. It's about 30 by 15. And all we're going to do is we are taking our big scoreboard and we're going to score down the middle. Someone has very helpfully put a black line down the middle so you know where the middle point is. That is absolute genius. So whoever's done that, thank you.
Who drew the black line on? Was that Debbie Robinson or was it Sarah, was it? It's handy, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly, it's so ridiculous. I have it the same on mine at home. It seems so silly and so simple, but my goodness me, it makes such a difference. It's those little daft things when you're crafting, isn't it, that makes your life so much easier. So that creates us a 15 by 15 card base, but yeah, let's go a bit more exciting than this. Tuesday night, you know, got to be a little bit more exciting.
Whoop, whoop.
So on our left-hand side, we're going to score on the diagonal. So again, this is where your black line in the centre comes in really, really useful. We're going to score from that score line in the middle down to the very bottom left edge. And this is going to create us a twisted easel. Oh, I can never say this. A twisted easel. Twisted easel.
A tweezle.
A tweezle. We're creating a tweezle. That's all we're doing.
Makes it easier.
Yeah. Or just a TE card, a twisted easel. If we're feeling really, really lazy. And then we're just going to burnish that fold line. And that creates us our base of our twisted easel. Really, really easy. It's just 2 score lines, but it actually looks really quite impressive. And when we come to decorate it up, hopefully it should look even more so. So we're going to come back to that bit in a little bit later. We're going to come on to our pattern papers now. Now I've chosen this gorgeous bluey tone. I'm going to take one of the masks or stencils. We're back to this again. Oh dear. From the collection. Now, these are masks or stencils, depending on your school of thought, but don't forget you can run them through your machine and emboss with them. Just make sure you've got the right sandwich for embossing in your machine. You'll need something like a rubber mat in your machine, but you can definitely emboss with these really quite easily. You can get lots of different effects by doing that. So I'm taking one of my metallic ink pads, Spectrum Noir of course, and this is our gold one. Now I'm going to be a little bit naughty and I'm not actually going to take my stencil down or anything. A little bit gung-ho. At this time of the night we can afford to be a little bit risky. Yeah, do it. I'm just going to ink through, so I'm using my finger daubers. We should have these on the website. I know they came back in stock a few weeks ago and I know you guys have been loving them.
As soon as it was last week, wasn't it, to get it got in?
Yes, and I know you guys at home were absolutely loving this, so perhaps you've actually got these on order and you're looking at it and thinking, those are going to be winging their way to me. So don't forget that they can be used with your pigment inks, they can be used with your water reactive, you can be using them with your metallic inks like we are here. I know we've got a metallic ink bundle on the show, so of course you can be using those onto our papers. So just to further enhance our papers, like I said earlier, we've got so many layers already onto those papers, so much gorgeous design onto there, but we can further enhance it even more using our stencils and our inks and whatever colour and whatever type of ink that you would prefer. Like I said earlier, I absolutely love this feather design. It's so pretty. Now I'm going to leave that as it is for now, and then the magic is always when you remove your stencil. Yeah. So just peel it back, and can you say? Yes. We only did that small section, but you can see the design being built up really quickly and really easily. Now just give your stencil a nice good wash. I have a little story. Over the weekend I was crafting.
Yeah.
I was using my lovely blue Midas metallic ink. Creating a lovely background, went to go and wash it in my sink, and now I've got a blue shiny sink.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's going down, it's getting better. Keep spraying it, cleaning it.
What sort of sink have you got? What?
It's just like a basin, it's just a normal sink.
What, porcelain?
So do be a little bit careful. What I would say probably, what I should have done is I should have wiped off the excess of ink first, so I wasn't washing a lot of ink off.
If anyone's experienced
Rookie mistake.
Similar, and you've got any lotions and potions or sprays or top tips,
yeah, let me know. It's getting better.
Yeah.
But we are about 3 days down the line, so.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I've got a crafty sink. It's fine. Anyway, this was the culprit. It was creating this very background that did it. So you were to blame. Anyway, on this one, this background, not you.
You looked at me when you're to blame. I wasn't even there.
I'm to blame. It's me being
Yes.
silly. I've used the blue onto this one to give a really, really subtle effect. So if you want more of a strong effect, then go with something like your gold. It's going to stand out a little bit more. But if you just want to enhance that detail just a tiny bit onto there, I have used the blue metallic ink pad. And then all I've done with the edges is I've taken one of my metallic paint markers. I know we had these on launch day earlier. They're absolutely fab. I used the chisel end just to line the edges of there and just bring out the gold design on the paper. Taking some of the cardstock, of course, from the box once again. I'm not having to look through my crafty stash to find the right colour of cardstock or thinking, does that match? I'm not so sure. You've got all the cardstock already within the kit. You're not having to worry about it at all, which is absolutely brilliant. Especially if you're a new crafter. Perhaps you've not got 10,000 sheets of cardstock like I have. I tell you, I moved.
Have you got a craft room?
Well, I've got 2.
2? Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm a crafter, believe it or not. You'd know as soon as you walked into my place, yeah.
So have you got like a designated craft room and then the room that was supposed to be maybe a bedroom that you've then turned into a second craft room?
Well, it's 3 bed. 1 is actually a bedroom, 2 are craft rooms.
All right, I was going to say, was it a 5 bed, which is now a 3 bed? But no. So it's a 3 bed, 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just me, so you know, it's all I need. But one I use more for actually working in, so actually crafting in. I've got my desk and everything, and then the other one is more storage.
Wow.
When you've got this much, you just can't get enough storage. That becomes the issue. The issue becomes storing everything. But you know, it's all lovely crafty stuff. So it's brilliant.
You can't give it away. You can't have a clear out.
No,
I totally get that.
I found if I ever have given something away, I've found 5 minutes later I'm wanting that.
Yeah.
So just don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, back to the card. So I've laid down the pattern paper and our cardstock onto the base of our easel card, and I've just brought in this one that I did earlier. So we scored this one a few minutes ago. The only difference on this one is I've die cut a circle into that top section where we've got our diagonal score line. All will become apparent a little bit later. Then I took some more of this paper, and once again I used that lovely metallic marker on the edge, the metallic paint marker. I've got a matte and layer, and again I've die cut the centre into there, so we've got a little bit cut out. You might be wondering where exactly this is going, but all will become apparent. Also onto my card base, the white card base, I did just ink that ever so slightly using some of the Frosty Jade ink, and I believe that is one that we've got in the bundle on the show. So if you're wanting some inks that are going to work really, really well with these papers, that collection is being put together specifically so it'll work with all your
knowledge of this show is unparalleled. It's almost like you put it together.
Yeah, it's spooky, isn't it? Somebody might think that.
Yeah. Details covered up on the screen for that collection. There you go, bottom of the screen right now. A lot of people just saying they're loving this card. A lot of people have said as well the crossover that potentially you've got with some of the items from this with the Masquerade collection.
Absolutely, yeah.
That stencil with the feathers.
Yes. This would work really, really nicely, actually. I hadn't thought of that. So if you do have your Masquerade, then brilliant. This is going to extend that. Absolutely, yeah.
And re your sink. Caroline, I guess you might have tried this, but if not, Caroline French says, spray bleach. I did the same in my sink.
Good tip, good tip. Yeah, I shall be on that.
Or Pam E, hi Pam, says,
Hello.
cut a lemon in half, put a bit of salt on it, rub it against the stain several times, then let it sit. Wipe away with warm soapy water after a bit, and it should come right off.
Sounds good.
Half a lemon.
Half a lemon, some salt.
Half a lemon with a bit of salt.
A little bit of salt.
Johnny, I knew you were going to say that. He just went tequila. And sing that whilst you're scrubbing it off.
Brilliant.
And Rachel on Facebook, thank you Rachel, it says, hi Ben and Lily, I'm loving the show. Fantastic products and demos. You two are a dream team.
Ooh.
Thank you from Rachel in, where is that? Wickersley.
Well, I've got family.
Oh?
nearby, yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, but what if it is family?
It probably is. It's probably my mum.
Rachel?
Yeah,
Oh, Rachel!
probably is. But thank you. Hey, that can be in our job title.
What?
Dream Team.
Hashtag Dream Team?
Well, maybe we need to have like a little hyphen. Trading executive hyphen part of Dream Team.
Training executive of Dream Team,
Yeah.
maybe. Training executive. What was my one? Executive Vice President of Presentation / CEO of Jumpers / Waistcoats / Dream Team.
Hyphen part of Dream Team.
Hyphen part of Dream Team. It's getting a bit long, isn't it? But
I think we need a team meeting on this in the morning.
we do. We'll have a
Yeah.
we'll have a get together and
I'll get it in the Google Calendar when I get home.
Yeah, and we'll get all of our ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Is that what they say? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
isn't it?
We'll sort it. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
we will. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch this space.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be
Anyway,
fine.
from ducks to swans.
Oh, seamless. Absolutely seamless. Love it. Right, back to the card. So we've laid out our top layer. So our funny little piece with the section cut out, we've matted and layered onto the top of our card like so. Now, it looks a little bit messy there, but not to worry at all. We're going to cover that using a frame. So all I've done is I've die cut, I've used some of my circle nesting dies. I've just die cut a circular frame. And again, I've edged the edges there with our lovely metallic paint marker. And then all I'm going to do is add a little bit of glue, and I'm using the tacky glue onto here, just on the very, very edge of that piece there. And then we're going to stick our frame onto our card base. So, but first of all, what we need to do is we're going to add a little bit of acetate to the back of the frame. Now you don't need to, but what it's going to do is it's going to give it a little bit more strength. So if you are sending this through the post, it's just going to make it a little bit stronger, which is absolutely what we want. And I've just put my acetate down. Oh, it's there. You know when you always put your acetate down on your desk
find it.
and you're like, oh, it was that. No. And you're chasing it round for half an hour and thinking, where's it gone? I saw it 5 minutes ago. I think I can see it, yeah.
It's right there, isn't it? To the right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Don't lose it. It's like if you take your eyes off it for a minute, it definitely disappears. The amount of times it's happened. But as soon, you can guarantee, as soon as you go and cut another piece, you will find it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So red liner tape is perfect for use with your acetate because it's really strong adhesive, and it'll grab to your acetate. You'll find that tacky glues, even though it's a fantastic adhesive and it does grab really quick and will stick a range of different things like your ribbons, your bows, you'll struggle with any sort of wet adhesive really on your acetate. You do want something really strong like your red liner tape. Now just taking the backing off. Now you can be adding a little bit more red liner tape onto there if you wish, but this should hold it nicely. I've just cut my circle of acetate to about the same size as that frame, adding that onto there, and then coming back on to our card base. And I'm just going to add a little bit of red liner tape to the back of this acetate, just to make sure, even though we have got the glue on there, we are sticking acetate again, just to make sure that that's going to be stuck really, really well. I'm going to add that onto our card base, just making sure we're covering all the edges of that piece that we matted and layered earlier, and that will give us our frame elements. You've got a sort of see-through onto your card base. Now we're going to bring in one of the sentiments. So I've stamped this using one of the metallic ink pads, and I've just gone round again with our Frosty Jade ink pad and just blended the edges just to take the white edge off it so it's not quite so stark and just makes it look a little bit more subtle, a little bit less harsh. It's going to give you a really nice blended effect. So matting and layer that, I can't get my teeth around this at all. Matting and layering. That one, yeah. I'm matting and layering that onto some more of that blue.
It's like me with my 12 days of craftmas. I find that really hard to say.
Yeah,
12 days of craft.
Is it because you do a long A? Is that your problem?
Well, craftmas, maybe.
Craftmas. Yeah, the root of your problem.
Is it because you're in Silver Lake? No. What do I say? Craftmas.
Craftmas.
I think it's easier to say craftmas than
craftness,
because if you say craftmas, you can get yourself into a bit of problem.
A little
get
bit
yourself
of
into a
booga.
problem, which I did, thankfully, off air when you say it with that short craft. You can only imagine what I said.
Yeah, I can. I can. So we're going to use our sentiment as a stopper for our easel card. So just placing that onto there like so. And that's the basis of our card. But let's bring in some of the stamps from the collection. Now, like I was saying earlier, we've got stamps and dies that match. So this gorgeous ballerina, we've got our stamp, but we can also die cut her as well. Now, the age-old question, stamps and dies, what do you do first?
What do you do?
It depends where the mood takes me, quite frankly.
Okay.
Sometimes I will stamp and then die cut. Sometimes I will die cut and then stamp. The thing about these dies that we've got in the collection is they're not solid dies, they're frame dies. So what I tend to do is I'll stamp first and then I'll die cut, because you can see when you place your die over your stamped image, you can see exactly where you're positioning it, because you've got that hole in the middle. So with all of these actually, I stamped and then die cut. I find that easier. If I can do that, if it is an open die, then I will do that.
I suppose the worry of it, because obviously the people who stamp and then die cut worry because they think it could potentially slip and then cut your image, right?
Yes.
You could just tape it down though, couldn't you?
Yeah, always tape down, always, always, always. So I'll have a couple of pieces of tape, one top and one bottom, just to anchor it, because if you have only one at the top, it can sort of pivot at the bottom. So definitely a couple of bits of your low tack tape onto that, definite must have, gotta do that. And another thing I like to do is I like to die cut before I colour, because if the die does slip and I've spent all the time colouring, it's more time wasted. Yeah, so definitely die cut and then colour is what I would definitely recommend. But I've gone ahead and I have stamped, I've die cut and I've coloured a few of these from the kit, and I'm just going to show you on the feathers. You don't have a matching die, you are going to need to fussy cut these out, but it's really, really easy to do. I'm going to show you a quick little technique of how we can create the shade, light and shade onto here really quickly, just using 2 colours of pens. So I'm using my illustrators. You can be using any of your Spectrum Noir pens at all. Perhaps you got your box earlier in a launch day show. You could be using maybe your clear sparkle pens onto here. And now with these being alcohol-based markers, I've stamped using one of our alcohol-proof ink pads onto Nina. And I've just flicked out using the brush nib towards the edge, and that's BGR1, so that's my palest colour. And then going in with BGR3, I'm going to start at the very, very centre. I'm going to flick out, so not quite as far out as I flicked the paler colour, because we want to preserve some of that highlight onto there. Just to add a little bit of shading into the centre of there, where it would be more pinched in, there'd be more shadow in the very centre of that feather, and that's just going to give us a really, really quick bit of shading onto there. And then when you cut that out, you're going to get something a little bit like that. So how quick and easy was it just to colour that in? Yes, you could leave it white, but by adding a little bit of shading, it really does make a difference. So bringing in our embellishments, so I've got my gorgeous ballerina, I've got the, I was going to call it a house, but it seems a bit fancier than that, palace if you like.
Yeah, it's got
palace
a palace
will do. And I've got my couple of feathers and a moon. So I'm going to position these onto my card base. Just going to layer it up. I'm using foam pads in this instance just to give me a little bit of lift, to give that dimension and make these characters really stand proud off the card and be the real focal point, because they are so stunning.
Yeah.
We really do want to make something of them.
I used to just ask, what is the size of the card in inches?
It's just under 6 inches. Yeah. So because I used A4 cardstock, it'll be just under 6 inches. But yeah, I do like a 6x6 card. They do work quite nicely, I do think. But you can be doing little diddy cards with this kit. You can be doing your big 8x8 cards. You can be doing scrapbook pages. Perhaps you actually went to go and see the ballet. What about doing a scrapbook page?
Oh yeah.
With your photos? How fab would that be? Hey, I think we need to go and see it just so we can do a scrapbook page.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're paying.
Maybe not.
No.
I'll make the scrapbook page.
You may, yeah. Deal.
Deal. And then finally, finish like that. And if you want to use different colourways in the collection, how about the emerald one? So you've got what I would call your sapphire and your emerald. So lots of different options, but something a little bit different onto there, a twisted easel card. Really easy to create.
Beautiful. Let's get Lily to line up all of her makes just whilst I remind you of all of the details, and then what we'll do, we'll get the vote going on the demo of the show. We'll have a quick little break for you to check out your baskets and for you to vote, and then we'll come back and do the demo of the day, and that will probably be about time. But so much chat coming in about this particular collection. Loads of you going for this. It is the Swan Lake collection. It's a great deal today. Triple points is your 12 days of Craftmas deal today. This deal will not be applicable tomorrow. Come 8 o'clock tomorrow morning here in the UK, 3 o'clock Eastern time, we'll move on to the next deal. So if you want to pick this up today, what, £40 if you're platinum, so what is that, 120 points, 47.96, do the math on that, about 130 points, you can pick up, make sure you grab it today to get that deal. Just such a lovely, lovely collection. Aisha saying that is beautiful. Love the card, says Kendall. Carletta says that's lovely. And Susie's already called it. Susie says that's demo of the day, let alone show.
Thank you.
Whoa. That's
Steady
high
on.
praise indeed. But let's get everybody's voting first. Line up your cards for us then, Lily, and let's get everyone voting on your cards.
Can we see them on the overhead, or would we like to? Let's pick them up one by one. Let's go in order. So this is our first one we did. This feels like ages ago.
That feels like it was yesterday.
I know, it feels like a different show, but that was our brand new craft kit using your stencils and silhouette stencils and stamps. Then we've got our out of this world deal.
Yes.
Using your nesting frames onto there. That's number 2. And then this is technically number 3, even though it's got its sister card in the emerald. That is using our fantastic Swan Lake box.
All right. 1, 2, or 3. Get your votes coming in on
quick.
We'll give you a couple of minutes or so to get your votes in for that, whilst I just remind you of our brand new craft kit as well, box number 43, the silhouette stencils. Stencils? Oh, we're both doing it tonight, aren't we? Seriously. Silhouette stencils and stamps craft kit. There we go, did it. Loads of you grabbing this. We are over 40% of the stock gone now. 220 elements, and if you're wondering what this looks like out of the box, look at all of these goodies. Don't knock it over, Ben, whatever you do. All of these goodies makes up your box. 10 stencils you're going to get with your stencils and your masks, of course. 16 stamps, so you've got all of those to keep forever, really, if you look after them. 18 card blanks you're going to get alongside your 18 card panels included as well. 18 envelopes, so again, you don't even have to go fishing around for them, as Lily pointed out. It's all been done for you. You've got your ribbons, your selection of ribbons as well. And again, this is coming to you in different sizes, in all of these beautiful colours, so it's all coordinated for you. All of the embellishments coordinate absolutely beautifully for you too. You're getting 100 pearls, you're getting your coloured card, 18 sheets of that, 18 sheets of your printed paper included as well, so everything has been done for you. You can just literally get this back, have the joy of working with it, and get crafting away. You'll make 18 cards from this collection, but then you'll make a lot more as well, because you've got all of the stamps and the stencils to use forever and ever if you look after them. Triple points, £20, $20 today. Jump in and grab it whilst you can. Let's have a quick look at some more finished samples from what has been the hottest ticket in town today. Such a lovely collection, number 43, isn't it?
It's absolutely stunning, and it's great if you want to start on your stenciling and stamping journey. And if you love silhouettes, I think they're so magical, then this is going to be perfect. So how about using some of your sparkly pens onto there, your sparkle pens, your clear overlay with your water reactive inks for a really, really magical finish onto there, and using some of the backing papers once again from that craft kit. What about Christmas? Using the more Christmassy stamps into there, using some of your more Christmassy stencils and papers, using your pearls that are also in the kit as almost like stars in the sky. How about doing your different card shapes, your fold back cards? How about embossing the stamps, the sentiments that are also included in the collection, and building up the colours onto there like so? How about going a little bit more tropical, really warm and summery?
Need a bit of that,
It's what we need right now, definitely.
Right, yeah.
Embrace your inner flamingo, so it's really fun. We've got some really fun sentiments in this kit. How about smaller cards? So they work really nicely whether you like your big cards or your small cards. using some of the stencils and the stamps together, the sentiments and the papers, of course, everything working together beautifully. And again, those lovely pearls are also included. How about going really, really vibrant? So another fabulous fold back card here, adding some glitter onto the black elements there and going really, really bold and tropical for something perhaps that'd be brilliant as a card for a teenager or somebody a little bit younger. I think that would work really, really well. But again, the ribbons, the pearls, it's all in the box. So it's brilliant if you are new and you want to start your crafty journey. You've got absolutely everything you need to get started and create something really, really special.
Fantastic. $19.99 is your price today if you're platinum, whether you're shopping in the UK or the US. Got a result for you on the demo of the show.
3.
Yes, by a landslide.
Da-da!
Apparently. It is a beautiful. It's a beautiful card, and I tell you what, it is going to be, as producer Tony's just put it, a battle of the ballerinas for demo of the day. So we have Michelle's beautiful card that she popped together earlier on Wake Up Call. Obviously, we didn't have a full finished demo on launch day because we were concentrating more on those techniques. So that is number 1. Number 2 is the card that you have just voted for, Lily's beautiful card, which was the demo of the show, which we can see. Oh, hang on a minute. There we go.
Ta-da!
So, ta-da! Number 1 or number 2. That's what she's doing, isn't she, on the card? Like that. Look. Just look. Go on, look. Yeah. She's got her head back a bit, has she?
Yeah. Bang on.
Anyway, vote now. Oh, right, quickly, yes, sorry. Getting carried away with my ballet. The magazine, that's also proved really popular on this show. Crafter's Inspiration Issue 2. This, again, launched last week, really popular. If you didn't manage to pick it up, grab it right now, because when we launched it last week, the deal's still the same as far as the price is concerned, but you didn't have triple points in it. So it's a great time to jump in and grab it. Maybe to jump in and grab it for a friend, a family member, and again, tons and tons of inspiration in here. You've got 75 hints and tips as projects and demonstrations and inspiration. You've got all of your papers included in there too, and actually a huge amount of goodies. A die, you've got stamps, and also your embossing folder included in here, and as well as all of that, you've got your code within the magazine to get your free downloadables as well. Just by the way, that one is available for you right now. If you missed out on the original one, we've also got that on the show. You'll find that on the show page. Crafter's Inspiration Issue 1 and 2 available for you. So jump in. If you're getting 2 and you haven't got 1, you may as well go back and get 1, because I mean, it's all there. It's on the website. Can I just say, before we get the voting for the demo of the day, I mean, big virtual round of applause. Can you send through lots of is there like a clapping emoji on Facebook?
Yeah.
Or a happy face emoji on the show, or hearts. Send through the hearts, because Lily's been amazing. Thank you so much for coming today. We've really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for having me. I've had an absolute blast. It's been brilliant, and hopefully I'll be back at some point in the future. So thank you for having me. It's been brilliant.
It's been awesome. It's been absolutely brilliant. And yeah, fingers crossed, we will get Lily back with us very, very soon. All the hearts are coming through apparently on the socials. So thank you for that. Massive thank you as well to Susie, who's been keeping us right on the socials. Big thank you to Julia, who has been busying and really helping us get the shows ready. Big thank you to the guys in the gallery as well, Charlotte and Johnny.
Woo, woo.
But we've got a winner. The demo of the day. Susie just said, I totally called it. You did. Demo of the day. Number 2, you've done it.
Yay! Yay!
Boom! So
Exciting!
Pop your name on the back of it, and you will go up onto the Crafty Walk of Fame.
Oh my
and
goodness!
Could be voted Demo of the Week at the end of the week. And if you do, we'll have to put you up on the, because you're not on the.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Yes, it's been awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out your baskets. I will be back tomorrow. It's me and Jan all day. We'll catch you on Wake Up Call at 12 o'clock, of course, here in the UK, 7 o'clock East Coast. Check out your baskets. Have a brilliant rest of your Tuesday. Bye for now.